All right, welcome everybody to Speed Gaming. We are here for the pivotal game number 3. Sea Falcon, Antlerz, Adirondack Rick, CD Improv. The team's back again. We remember what happened last time. How do you think this one's going to go?
I'm almost hoping for a game 4, but in serious notes, we get shapes, so I'm happy. How about you?
I mean, game 4s are awesome. We're underway right at the coast, and we start with the meat once again. Well, no, we didn't start with the meat once again, but we do have a heart right there at the coast.
We've got... Nope, we're not lucky enough to find our sword in that first cave. We have the Triforces for 1, and was that 4?
I missed it.
1 and 3. It's 1 and 3. It was the top and the very bottom left corners.
That would be 1 and 3.
Right, so it's unfortunate we can't really do anything with that bait until we find some form of weapon.
And we are going to get absolutely no assistance from the NPCs as they're all blank.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, at least we don't have to listen to any of their boring stories today.
Yeah, but that also means you can't escape from the door repair charges.
Yeah, but these runners are good enough that they don't really need to worry about it as much as we have a 61 rupee blue candle in that Armos.
102, that would be the expensive meat. That is also a very cheap arrow, and we're going to find out what dungeon quests we're coming up here real soon. Sea Falcon taking a look, and we have the pond over here, so we know we're not at a pure 1Q overworld.
Antlerz is going to find the letter and decide I'm leaving this here. I mean,
so
it's not... Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
I was going to say, so far the enemies are vanilla.
I mean, what their HP is like, we have no idea, because we still can't do anything to them. We're gonna... Ooh, any roads are shuffled.
Yep. What I was getting at is that the enemy placements on the overworld are vanilla.
Yep, I figured, because it was, you know... I vaguely remember that P-hats live up in this top corner with the jumpy spiders.
Sea Falcon contemplating taking the any roads. Okay, we no longer have to worry about that recorder spot.
Yeah, but you know, that's actually really nice. If these any roads are pretty good, then that could be easy access over
gosh, these are horrible.
Right.
Nothing to the middle or western end of this world.
I was giving the game too much credit. I was hoping we had Death Mountain access. It said no.
Candle here for Antlerz. Take any providing...
Hey, extra candles are good.
Oh!
Look, that's a white sword, white sword.
That's a white sword, white sword. Now, of course, that means we've seen a heart container and also a white sword being vanilla. Still not enough information is present.
There's still hope. I mean, the white sword flag is separate from the shuffled dungeon item, so there is a chance we may still have shuffled something in the dungeon.
Hope springs eternal. Now, the question is what does Sea Falcon do over here, knowing that that is a white sword over there at that coast, or not the coast, the desert shop as it is. He's going to immediately check this entrance here at the start. Is it? Yeah, there it is. And he is going to pick up the wood sword.
I mean, I can't say that I blame him. If that white sword rolled to 6 hearts, you'd have to find 3 heart containers, which means you would need to be able to either get them out of the dungeons or find your take-any's on a mixed quest overworld. We don't know where those are going to be.
To be fair, though, Sea Falcon does find some of these take-any hearts. A retry could be in the cards.
Yeah, that would give him a candle really quickly, and it would give him that white sword really, really quickly. And so far, we haven't really found anything that it would matter if he lost.
So far, we haven't gotten any information. We do find our first dungeon. It is level 2. It's got the pallet to level 2. Not that it really matters, because, of course, we are in shapes. That was Sea Falcon's Remorse. Antlerz, level 1.
See, this is good. Dueling really tiny dungeons. I like this plan.
And we'll get to see a little bit more about this seed. Sea Falcon, if this is not an item shuffle, we'll be finding a magic boomerang here. But, well, that's going to be interesting.
Bombs and a ladder might be necessary.
We should be able to get to the room. I mean, we were able to get to the room to the left. That's right.
Wait, that just made my dyslexic brain really, really confused there, Rick.
Yes, it did. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So... I'm a little confused. That room in shapes doesn't normally have a drop, does it?
Which one are you talking about?
The 2-block room. He walked into the 2-block room straight across from the start, and he was killing the little gels. Oh, maybe we can get some bombs here.
0 HP enemies, and we do get bombs off the blue gorillas, which means our enemies their groups have been shuffled. The drop groups, that is.
Well, that's good for Sea Falcon. That's going to give him bombs, which might give him access to the rest of this level too. You haven't seen the item yet, or he's just leaving. Okay.
He probably thinks I saw a heart container. I've seen a white sword. I'm probably going after a magic boomerang, and I don't like this.
Antlerz uses a candle on a blue Octorok, and I believe he's just gotten the information that we probably have very squishy enemies all over the place.
Yep, and as soon as he gets to the vanilla star, he will have a sword.
Now, he has managed to pick up a heart from somewhere. I'm wondering if that was our Armos item.
No, that was in one. That
Okay.
was in one.
Okay, I was too busy watching Sea Falcon kill blue gorillas and get bombs, so...
Yeah, it was the floor drop in level 1 that Antlerz picked up in the 6 pairs. The 2 pairs of 6, I guess it is. I don't know what you call that.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that maybe I know what that room is. I was thinking 5 pair, because that's the only one that makes sense.
Well, I mean the 2 pair of 6 blocks, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, we have a 1Q3 looking like, so it is going to be a mixed first quest Overworld.
Yay! All right, Antlerz is finally going to go ahead and get his wooden sword. And hey, we at least get money today. Maybe if it's a boomstick seed, we'll be able to afford it.
Of course, we will probably find that out once we get the raft and go on to a coast island to find the bookstore like we did in game number 2.
After buying 8 keys and not being able to afford it anymore, though, let's hope we have a cheaper key than that 99 rupee one down there.
That is the cheaper bait at 67. Of course, you're not going to be buying any bait when you already start with the bait.
Yep.
And it's about to find this level 2.
And in first quest, we're only going to have the 1 bait block, so that's pretty lucky. Alright, I wish we had bombs. Oh, looks like Antlerz gave the Manhandle a sword beam trying to see if it was a 0 HP enemy. Sadly, it is not. Or 0 HP boss.
Yes, indeed. He did attempt to kill it. It said nope. As he goes down here to the bottom, he will get this Triforce. This was the room I was talking about, but in level 1.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So I was picturing the 5-pair room for some reason, because to me, that's just like the 2 giant rectangles.
And Antlerz now, if he didn't know it already, it knows that we are on a shuffled dropped group.
Yeah, because I mean, those guys don't normally give us bombs, but hey, now we have 8 bombs. Now, does Antlerz go back in? He's going to go probably looking for that item. If it's a blue boomerang, it's confirmation that you have, vanilla items.
Yeah, for Antlerz, he has not seen that white sword, so he doesn't know that it's going to be item shuffle or not at this point. That heart container that's on the coast could just very well be coincidental, considering the fact that there are 9 heart containers in the pool.
Very true. And again, that white sword, it is a separate flag. So there's always a chance, maybe, that it's not attached to our items as we find a compass for the Triforce.
We're not going to get this item because we're going to be key blocked.
It's either keys or maybe we can bomb north in the Manhandle room. There's one more room. Oh no, there's not one more room. Maybe we can kill this guy and he's our item.
That's the only thing. Oh, there it is. Magic boomerang.
Yeah, I think we're done digging level 2. Bye, 2. It was nice to see you.
Sea Falcon got the power bracelet off the Armos for more confirmation about vanilla stuff. And has checked this power bracelet spot here and gets nothing out of it but a shop.
Well, I mean, they're in a mixed quest overworld. There are a couple of extra power bracelet spots, so maybe one of them will be useful.
If you remember back in game number 2, the power bracelet was part of the reason why Sea Falcon turned out to be behind Antlerz. Wound up getting the power... Oh, gosh, 56 for the high secret!
At least there's 3 of them, though. I mean, it stings, but it stings just a little bit less than if it was a second quest overworld.
Always look at the bright side of life as Sea Falcon buys the blue candle.
Yay! I mean, alright, so I don't think we're going to see Sea Falcon retry at this point to go pick up the blue candle if he gets any more heart containers. But, not blue candle, I'm sorry, the white sword and the blue candle combination thingy.
So Sea Falcon in the game number 2 wound up getting the power bracelet after he had cleared all of Death Mountain, and as a result, he could not. He had to come back up here as he checked the 2 power bracelet spots, the one on top of Death Mountain and the one over here at the Letter Cave, and that was part of what gave Antlerz the advantage in which he was able to have enough of a lead to defeat Sea Falcon game number 2.
Yeah, that and a slightly longer dig in a first quest level 7. That is kind of a big dig.
Yeah, I mean, level 7 was what it was, but it was definitely also the backtracking back up to the mountain and also going back to various other spots on the overworld that didn't help Sea Falcon at all.
All right, meanwhile, Antlerz is going to do some burning of the dead woods, work his way up through the grave. We're going to find level 4 at the 100 rupee vanilla secret spot.
36 rupee bombs, 241 for the blue ring. Highway robbery for the bomb shop.
Yeah, that's not a very kind bomb shop at all.
Also, Antlerz being in this level 4 is going to be rather critical if the items are vanilla, because the item in 4 is the ladder. That was very much a key part of this seed back on last night.
Speaking of key parts, we ran into another key door and have yet to have the game give us a present. It's like, oh wait, you want keys? I'm not giving you those. Go buy them at the 99 rupee store.
Where everything is under $1.
Barely. As long as you don't have sales tax. Sea Falcon's gonna take an unfortunate death up in East Death Mountain. Go back to start.
Yeah, Sea Falcon takes an unfortunate Lionel Beam, and Antlerz dealing with the Wizrobe Shuffle.
He's doing a great job dealing with them. Thankfully, they're 0 HP, and I want to say we might have permanent sword beams, though he's only taken damage like twice, so it's hard to tell. There's level 7.
Level 7 over here on the coast for Sea Falcon, and goodbye, level 7.
Well, you know, at some point we'll be able to do stuff in these levels.
Antlerz picking up a second key.
See, the game heard me. It was like, wait, I don't want these runners to leave the dungeon. That wouldn't be good. There's the Triforce.
Yeah, but Antlerz wants to see where this ladder is. Level 5 located over here at the Coast Take Any.
Now, this is another level that you want to find early, not just because we're in a mixed quest overworld, but because of the many different functions of the recorder.
That is, of course, unless we've been duped about the items being vanilla.
Very true, but at this point, I mean, if you're even running these flags, you're going, okay, I've had a power bracelet at the Armos, I've had a white sword as a white sword, and I've had a heart on the coast. This is probably going to be vanilla and a boomerang in 2.
I mean, you're 100% correct on that one, and the mindset is you're going to think that it is going to be items not shuffled until the game proves you otherwise.
Exactly. Now, Antlerz, it looks like he's killing this Gleeok for the map, I would have to assume, because he's clearing most of these rooms. And at this point, being in a Shapes dungeon, not having the map, especially when it looks like a bird sitting on top of like a telephone pole, is a little difficult to find your bomb wall.
Also, shoutouts to this segmented level 5. Sea Falcon unable to do anything else without a key, so is going to have to leave.
I really, for our runner's sake, hope that we have a cheap key store out there somewhere.
Or we find level 8 if the items are not shuffled.
Exactly. Finding an any key would definitely be good for Sea Falcon, who just found his second large, in air quotes, secret. Meanwhile, look at this floor. It's just dropping all sorts of stuff for Antlerz now.
Boomstick!
He can almost buy that, and it's Shapes. So, the reason I'm really excited, yes, I love Boomstick, but when you're playing in a full Shapes seed, if that book does in fact turn out to be Atlas, that is really big for you, because it's maps from the second you walk in the door to a level, especially things like 8 and 7.
Or in level 9.
Yeah, 9 would be good too.
There's a save for Sea Falcon.
Okay, I like this. Maybe he's trying to save his current rupee count because he's only, like, you know, a couple of secrets away. Antlerz is going to pick up the Triforce in level 4.
And back in he goes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
explore the northern section, I think.
Yeah, he did everything he could down to the south. He's cleared pretty much every single room. So this is going to put our ladder behind a key door. Sea Falcon is going to pick up a 4th heart finally out of a take any.
And this room right here, guarded by the dreaded, awful Rupee Boss. There's a ladder.
Yeah, ladder. I'm a little sad that it wasn't a master rupee boss where you take 1 rupee and the entire thing just goes poof.
I remember that in one of my races where we had that in a dropped shuffle where fairies came up.
Yeah, it's great. It's like, all right, game. Meanwhile, Sea Falcon is up to 207 rupees. He's gonna find the magical sword. We can't pick that up yet.
Yeah, it's a little too heavy for this at this stage.
But he's at 207 rupees. Even if you just find, like, a dungeon with an early rupee boss, or, like, I think we saw gels dropping hearts, but if you find something that drops a lot of money... Oh, we're gonna buy arrows instead. That's also a good call.
Although Sea Falcon could really use a key, it's been slowing him down a little bit here in this game 3.
Yeah, keys could definitely be an issue, but I think the only key store I remember seeing is the 99 rupee key all the way down in the bottom corner.
Sea Falcon picking up heart container number 5. By the way, the door repair charge in this seed is 22 rupees.
Isn't that what it was yesterday?
I think it was 21 yesterday, so just one off.
Okay, I mean, it's still highway robbery, and you're going, dude, why do I have to
Even
pay
if it
you
was
for...
15, it would still be highway robbery, but yeah.
Yeah, my question is, why are we paying somebody when we're rescuing them from a cave? Like, we're letting them out. Alright, Antlerz is gonna get his power bracelet, immediately go back and check the power bracelet spot. Sea Falcon is gonna go ahead and find level 6! This is a shape 6.
With whiz robes, because it looks like our enemy groups haven't shuffled.
Yeah, I was thinking that when we saw the whiz robes in 4, because even though you don't actually see them in First Quest Vanilla, they are in that same enemy group.
Yeah, they're with the Lionels and the Fire, not the Lionels, the Fires and the Likes is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Oh.
Name that ink blot.
I don't know, but it's a very big shape 6. We're gonna grab the key from underneath this Goma and just leave that section because we can't do anything there.
And it does not look like we can do anything in that direction either.
I got one. I got one. This is a parrot holding a stick in his beak.
Speaking of birds, the winner of this pairing gets Alsoa in the quarterfinals.
Good segue, Rick. Alright, meanwhile, I think Antlerz was going for a bomb force there on that blue Lionel, because I don't think he got beamed and knocked away, so that bomb was probably intentional?
I want to say yes. I didn't get to see that because I was paying attention to Sea Falcon over here. But you have to think that when somebody drops bombs up here in the mountain with 0 HP enemies like that, it is definitely an intentional attempt to get a force.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what happened and maybe his count was off as he's gonna... Oh, there's the cheap key.
Judging by the red Lionel dropping a 5, or it may have been just a miscount.
Oh, okay. So it might have just been the wrong number. Hey,
is this the one for Sea Falcon? No, of course not. Because the first staircase you're going to find at 6 has to be not the item you're looking for.
Well, I mean, if we're going to put something nice like the wand in 6, then yeah, definitely. We're not going to give you the first staircase. It's not a thing. You're not going to walk one room in and there's a really nice, bright, shiny present sitting there for you.
Now, could this be the nice, shiny present? Oh, we'll see in just a moment.
Antlerz is like, wait, you dropped bombs? I want those. I'm going to kill you now. And almost takes a Lionel beam to the face. Uh-oh. Alright, so Sea Falcon's a little bit stuck in this 6. We can't go one direction because there's a Goma with 2 shutter doors on either side. The transport staircase takes you down into a ladder-blocked room, and unless we can get around it going south here, we're a little bit stuck.
Yeah, this right now is shaping up to be a game where the early ladder is going to determine this race.
Yes. Ooh, all right. So Antlerz is going to go ahead and take out the Patra. The Patrites have the same HP as our enemies, which is 0, but the boss HP is not the same, and that guy is beefy.
There's the map to level 7.
cfalcon's going to take another unfortunate death in this level 6, and then decide that he's leaving for now.
Which is the right decision. He needs to find that level 4 in the Dead Woods.
Yeah, that ladder would make it so much easier to navigate around, especially for Triforces, say, down in that bottom left-hand corner that so far we can only get to through the transport staircase in the Chevy room.
I have suspicions about this room.
The one that Antlerz is in?
Yeah, with the bound drop on the floor.
Oh. Oh, remove most open stairs?
I would push that to see if that is a staircase.
Yeah, I probably would too. Let's hope for Antlerz' sake that it's not.
He's gonna spend his last key though.
Yeah, I mean, this is the nice part though about going into level 5. There's something in that. There we go. We got at least one more. There was something in that skeleton saying hi, have a present. cfalcon is going to find level 1.
Yep.
All right, there's another key for Antlerz, but the wall is not gonna bomb.
Ganon's minions have fortified this level 7 pretty well.
Yeah, cfalcon's gonna get the Triforce out of 1. We started with it, but it's okay. It's a health refill at the very least. Another key for Antlerz. So, at what point do you decide you have to go back to that room that we didn't push the staircase in and push the staircase?
I think as soon as this level stops letting us go any further.
Alright, there's another... Oh, there's the Triforce out of 7 for Antlerz. He's done. We no longer care about that staircase because if it's vanilla items, it's a red candle.
It's a red candle, yeah. You don't really care about it.
Alright, meanwhile, cfalcon is going to go back into level 1. Now that you know that this is probably vanilla items, you are not leaving this level until you can get your bow, or you find out exactly why the game won't let you have it.
Which I wonder why Antlerz was unable to get the bow in the first place.
I'm imagining key doors.
Yeah, I think that was, now that you speak of it, because this is going to be the transport staircase to a segmented 1.
Yay! I love segmented ones. I think they're amazing, especially if it's like 3 or 4 pieces, because you're going, what in the world did the game do to level 1? Alright, so cfalcon's gonna do battle with this now slightly broken Patra.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about cfalcon's life meter is that we don't have a great indication on how much health he has.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to see. And yeah, I didn't actually see the map in here before, so this is an interesting level 1. Did the bats just drop bombs?
No, the blue bats can't ever drop anything.
Okay, so what else was in that room?
Blue Gorilla.
Okay, so it's like all of a sudden there's bombs, and I'm going, wait, that doesn't feel right. cfalcon, meanwhile, has found the regular banana in level 1.
And to those of you who are unaware, the reason why keys cannot drop is because when Fred was instituting the shuffle drop groups, he did have the keys drop, and then you get into a staircase, one of those tunnel staircases there, where the keys are, the 4 of them, and it kept freezing every time you picked up a drop.
Oh, I had forgotten about that. We got another heart here in 5 for Antlerz. So when he eventually does get around to the open cave near the desert, he'll be able to pick up the white sword. And his key count is slowly... What did we just get stopped by?
So this item in level 1 is in that bottom room of that segmented section.
Oh, what is it behind, though?
It's in that section up there, the segmented section.
He didn't take the staircase, that's why.
Yes. So it's the other room.
Oh, good. All right. I mean, it's got to be, because I think he's cleared everything else.
Yep.
And it was a key door. All right. That explains why if Antlerz even went over there, he probably didn't have the key to get through it.
Yes, he didn't.
Here comes the bow for cfalcon. Though, I mean, look at this one. It's teeny tiny. So when Antlerz finally does decide he's going to go get his bow before going to 9, hopefully, we hope, he should be able to find it.
Yeah, the only thing that's against Antlerz at this point is if he runs into a Goma.
Yeah, but he's seen level 1, so he would know where to go, and this 5 has been restocking him on keys, which is very kind.
all I'm getting at is that it would have to be a redig for Antlerz, which again, that is one of the things that came back into play in game number 2 was the having to redig spots.
Very true. I mean, it's always really nice when you're able to just clear an entire section and not have to worry about coming back. All right, so Antlerz is still looking for the recorder. He's found a compass which has pointed him in the direction of the Triforce in 5, but I wouldn't be leaving here without the recorder as cfalcon finds level 8.
Beautiful find for cfalcon, because what he's going to get here is the any key if he's able to get one of the 2 items out. And the other thing, I think he knows that it's a boomstick seed. Is he the one who saw the book? Yes, he's the one who saw the book.
Yeah, I mean, you might want the large shield.
So you don't really absolutely care about that, but you would not sneeze at it, I guess? I don't know.
Well, he still has to go into level 4 and level 6, which we know is full of whiz robes. So having a large shield, if you remember to turn in the direction of the thing that is shooting at you, can be very beneficial in situations like that, because even 0 HP whiz robes can kill you. Hey, we've got a segmented 5. This is cute.
I don't even know what I want to call this ink blot.
I don't know what I want to call 8 either, except for we're not going that way because it's a ladder block. But alright, here we go. Antlerz is going in the direction of his Triforce. We still haven't found the recorder, so it's got to be in one of the rooms to the south, I would imagine.
Not this room. Hey, there's the bait block.
Hey, we got the bait. We can feed him and it'll get something off of our B button, so that's great. And we get another key.
I mean, you got to go back that way unless you go back the long way around, and so you might as well get rid of the bait in your inventory.
Exactly. You don't want that extra button gumming up the works, and, you know, we're not going to have that, so remove most open stairs.
Yep.
Yay!
And Zelda's room.
At least we can get back out. It's not a patch where the game isn't being that mean, as Antlerz finds the recorder in level 5. Oh, he is gonna up an A. Okay. I guess maybe it's quicker just to up an A and walk down 2 rooms.
Yeah.
Alright, this makes sense, because I totally would have just gotten rid of the bait. Been like, here you go, get this out of my inventory. Alright, cfalcon, meanwhile, is still working his way through this level 8 as Antlerz picks up the Triforce out of 5. Now, I imagine Antlerz is going to finish clearing a couple of the things that he's near because he hasn't yet found level 9, which is only a couple of screens to the north. But after he does, I really would like him to play the recorder. Because it could be recorder to unbeaten new, it could be recorder to vanilla, it could be, you know, recorder to beaten new. Any of those would be entertaining. That's level 2.
Yep, recorder to new beaten.
Alright, so this kind of works for Antlerz. He can recorder back to level 1, which is right here, go back in with his 6 keys, and pick up that bow. Meanwhile, look at cfalcon, he's up to 5 keys. He finally found a level that was going to give him lots of shiny things, so totally he's going to find the any key in here after the game gives him keys.
Yeah, I think he's done, though.
I think that Chevy might kind of be in a really bad spot.
Yeah, I think this is the continuation of the problem that we've been discussing for the past now 10 to 15 minutes. Antlerz finding 4 at the Dead Woods is not doing any favors for cfalcon because he's finding ladder blocks. Like he found 1 in 7, he found 1 in 6. Now he's apparently running into it here in 8, and that really is slowing down his progress. So until he gets to the Dead Woods into 4, this does feel like a race that Antlerz is going to be kind of pulling away with.
Yeah, at the moment, there's not really a lot stopping Antlerz. He's got the recorder now, so no dig dogger blocks are going to matter. He's about to get his bow in a minute or 2 out of this one, because we know he has to go through the transport staircase to do it. So really, as soon as he gets the bow and some arrows, there's not going to be much that's going to slow him down other than finding the remaining level 6 and 8 and 9.
35 and 52 for your potion prices for the seed.
All right, looks like Antlerz is either, yep, he's going to go ahead and take the transport staircase, which we know is going to be the answer to where in the world is my item.
And once he goes south through this key door, he will get that. So at this point, Antlerz has found pretty much anything that has stopped him. Plus, with the recorder taking you to New Beaten, means we can find out where that level 3 is in case we need to find the raft for anything. Although, to be honest...
New Beaten, the only thing we're still missing is 3, oddly enough.
Yes.
That's the only dungeon we haven't found, so it can't be on a raft spot.
However, Antlerz hasn't seen 8, Antlerz hasn't seen 6, so...
Oh, he's only got 18 rupees. Alright, so Antlerz only has 18 rupees. That's just why I was a little surprised he wasn't picking up those wooden arrows, but they are conveniently located right next to his start screen. Alright, cfalcon is going to find level 5, which makes sense because it's kind of... It's in his path heading over towards the Dead Woods. Antlerz, meanwhile, is headed in the direction, if he wraps up all of these checks, he's gonna find 9. If he goes to the north and does, like, the burn bushes before getting too far in. Really nice takedown of that Patcher here by cfalcon. He's not taking any damage. He even walked straight into the guy, and he just, you know, didn't even take a bop.
The unfortunate thing here for cfalcon is that he's on the wrong side of this level 5 for where the Triforce and the recorder are.
Yeah, but without the map, it's really... Or the compass. It's really hard to tell there's even anything up there because it's segmented.
I agree. And cfalcon knows that this is a segmented level 5 because of the fact that he's now taken 2 staircase transports. Yeah,
it's just, again, sometimes just having a compass to point you in the right direction, or even just the map, is going to make you want to, like... The spiders drop bombs, by the way. White Sword for Antlerz is going to make you, you know, dig in a direction that you normally would just ignore because you don't know for sure that there's something there. Meanwhile, Antlerz is going to start whistling the desert. He is still missing level 6, which is up in the northeast corner behind a bomb wall. He didn't have... I don't actually know that he's been up there yet.
There's level 9 for Antlerz. 6 and 8 are what Antlerz is missing at this point.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him go up. He's going to finish recording the desert. He's going to go clear the northeast section of this map, and then that will eventually bring him to both levels 6 and 8. Or we're just going to go back to Death Mountain and find 8 pretty quickly. But this is actually really good for cfalcon because the longer it takes for Antlerz to find level 6 and 8, which cfalcon has already seen, the more time cfalcon's going to have to catch up a bit.
And I don't think either of these runners are going to get the boomstick this seed.
I don't think it's even on their radar. I think the only reason we would have seen them buy the book is if for the chance that it would have been Atlas. Because, I mean, really, that's about the only thing I could think of. cfalcon's going to walk right past that Triforce, find the bait block, bomb down into the room, and we'll eventually find his recorder down here in the corner.
And the thing with cfalcon here is the only level he is missing is level 4.
Well,
besides 3,
yeah.
But he has not seen level 4, which, of course...
is the one that's going to have him going back into a couple of these dungeons. Though I'm now curious to see when Antlerz gets into levels 8 and 6, will he actually be able to make progress?
Well, we're going to get to level 8 right now.
Because, I mean, cfalcon, I think what was stopping him in here was there was that Chevy room with the shutter door at the top that he couldn't possibly go through. Looks like cfalcon is going to walk back through the bait block, get rid of the bait out of his inventory. This makes sense. It's one less thing to have to shuffle through. Though, I'm also worried on Antlerz's side, there was the Goma that was kind of shuttering off a section of the level 6 as well, as cfalcon gets his Triforce out of 5 and is hopefully going to continue looking for 4. He's going to blow the recorder.
I have no idea what that is.
I was going to say something about fugue, but I don't think it's actually classical music. I probably think it's video games. So this works for cfalcon because that recorder took him back to level 2. Level 4 is only a couple of screens in the opposite direction.
Yeah, the problem is Sea Falcon's going to go right here to the Candle Row and check that stuff.
I mean, again, it makes sense. It's a lot of checks that he still hasn't done yet, and he needs to find the level. So, you know, the only reason I would want to see him go immediately to the Deadwoods is because I know where it is.
Yeah, exactly. Chad,
All right.
assuming that it is Calbrenna's theme from Final Fantasy IV.
Okay, I'm good with that. When in doubt, guess Final Fantasy or, you know, like an 80s cartoon. Antlers, meanwhile, is on the other side of the transport staircase and the other side of the Chevy. He is continuing to check push blocks, so, I mean, maybe that magic key is in the back of his mind. So if he finds the Triforce here in 8, I think we're done. I think he's going to up A, grab it, and leave, because he is at 7 keys at the moment. Another ticketing heart for Sea Falcon.
Yep, putting him at 9 overall hearts.
Yep, and it's worth mentioning that Antlerz, in his last Take Any Cave, went ahead and picked up a potion. Oh, man. So Antlerz also bought the bomb upgrade, and we've now given one back to that old man.
Yep, nice mugger here in this level 8. Exactly what you want to see. So Sea Falcon's systematically making his way over towards the Dead Woods.
So why would we want to see the mugger in 8 instead of somewhere else?
I mean, we don't really want to see it, period, but it would have been nice if Antlerz was able to get the any key before he saw that mugger.
Very true. And Antlerz did find a compass, so we know that the Goma is not the Triforce, unless... Oh,
I was going to see if the Goma was going to be here, but it's not.
No, it's just a two-headed Gleeok, and Antlerz should make short work of this guy. He does have a potion if he manages to take a hit. Oh! Alright, Triforce out of 8 for Antlerz. He did take a hit, but thankfully it was from the fireball and not from the Gleeok head. Because don't the Gleeok heads do 2 hearts of damage?
No, they're both 1 hearts.
Oh, see, I try to block all things Gleeok out of my memory. Alright, Antlerz is going to do some river spot checks. Sea Falcon is finally in the Deadwoods. He is getting really close to that level 4, which is right on this screen here.
Yep. And that will get him the pathway to the ladder that he needs.
And yeah, I think we almost guaranteed that you needed the ladder to get to the Triforce, or at least the compass in that massive level 8 when Antlerz was in there.
So Sea Falcon going through this room.
Yep.
Surprised he didn't take the bomb as a sign to check the rooms around, but I can understand why he didn't.
Well, again, you're starting in a weird spot, because we do actually, I want to say that is...
Now he's going to go back around.
Dungeon entrance, right? Maybe he just wants to go straight into the middle, I don't know. I would have at least cleared a couple of those looking for the map, because maps in small levels are usually really close to the door, though if I remember correctly from Antlerz' side, it's underneath a Gleeok.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But yeah, there's a thing about small levels and maps is that you're only supposed to, like, at most have to go through a single bomb wall to find it.
Yeah, to be fair, we have not seen a single bomb wall, so... Well, a single bomb wall that he would have to go through to get to where this map is. Antlerz has done the up and A.
Alright, this is alright for Antlerz. He will eventually... He's at 255 rupees. This will eventually get him to level 6. He's headed straight up the coast, so he's got the northeast section left as Sea Falcon gets the Triforce in level 4.
And he'll immediately go back in here.
And yeah, I would really like to see him buy arrows. Because there's a Goma in level 6 that is blocking, like, a small section of the upper, like, there's a little upper wing. And, sorry, Rick, you were talking about Sea Falcon in 4 being a very wise decision that he went back in looking for that ladder.
I was saying something, but yeah, at this point you need to be back in here because you know the ladder's going to be here, and you know that 6, 7, and 8 have given you ladder problems.
Alright, so Antlerz is going to find there is actually an arrow shop right in the vanilla potion letter cave. So when Antlerz does eventually get to 6, which is this next bomb wall, if he does find out that he needs arrows, you know, they're in the area if he remembered.
There is the map for Sea Falcon. Takes a look and probably says a few words that are not appropriate here for SpeedGaming.
Well, I mean, especially since it's point 2. Well, he's going to finish clearing whatever he's got on the bottom. He is up to 9 keys, which is really nice. He's going to go ahead and check this one-off room. But if I remember correctly, wasn't the ladder above that pancake room?
Yeah, it's to the upper right corner. That's why I was hoping that he was going to spend the bombs when he saw that bomb drop to check the 3 walls around it to see if there was something over here. But unfortunately, did not opt to do so. Left the bombs on the floor, which is good. He didn't grab them.
All right, so here comes the Goma shutter room for Antlerz. He's going to be able to pick up the key. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go any further that direction until we get a bow. This is going to be the ladder for Sea Falcon.
I mean, Sea Falcon's not out of this. Obviously, Antlerz does have an advantage, but Sea Falcon's going to have to get the Triforces out of 6, 7, and 8 ASAP.
And 8, it wasn't a very obvious path. I'm trying to remember if Antlerz got there from the other side of the, if he got there through that Chevy room on the other side of the, ow, we just died to Wizrobes. Transport staircase.
I have a feeling Sea Falcon might be trying for a magical sword.
I think this is a good idea. I mean, you've got the hearts. You need to go back into 6 anyway. So, and the Master Sword, Magic Sword, is right below level 6.
So we're going to see both of these runners going to 6. In fact, it does not look like Sea Falcon's going to go for the magical sword. Oh, no, he is. Or no, he's not.
No, he's going to the... This is the arrow store. Maybe he's a little confused as to which one was Mags. It's okay. He can screen scroll over or just ignore it for now.
Yeah, I think he mixed up where level 6 was. Started going up to the letter cave. And here we go. Both runners in 6. Here we go.
All right, so here's the important difference. Sea Falcon has arrows. Sea Falcon can kill the Goma if the Triforce ends up being in the 3 rooms that are blocked by that Goma. This is good for Sea Falcon.
But on the other hand, Antlerz has the Triforces out of 7 and 8. If the Triforce is available, Antlerz is going to level 9.
And level 9 would have to be incredibly disgusting
to
give a lot more time to Sea Falcon.
I mean, we do need to find silvers in 9. So anything's possible.
Very true. I mean, but it's still, it's shape's 9, so maybe we'll get a segment. That would be fantastic.
Sea Falcon topping up the potion was down to 1.5 hearts, I believe.
Really good idea. You don't want to die when you're digging up in level 6. Oh.
There is the compass Triforce widely on the floor. There we are.
All right, now we are headed into level 9 if you're Antlerz. Again, I really would have liked to see him buy arrows. Really would have liked to see an arrow purchase before we head into level 9. He at least has a potion. But you never know if your silvers are going to be Goma blocked or not.
So it's time to head to level 9 right now, and we are going to be looking for 3 things this time around. We're going to be looking for the silvers to kill the beast. Now, I would say we're looking for a roar, but because Antler's audio is still unusable, we're not going to get the roar. We're just going to look for the room that goes dark when Antlerz goes into it. Then, of course, we're looking for the shutter door that does not open unless Ganon's killed.
Yes, and thankfully in shapes tonight, we're not going to have any of those troll face dark rooms that we did yesterday.
Is this Princess Zelda? No.
Is this silvers? No.
No.
I mean, every so often you get a 9 where you walk one room in and it's like, here, I heard you need these.
Sea Falcon 1 room away from the Triforce in this level 6. Antlerz over here. Trying to figure out where we need to go. Another key on the floor. We're up to, well, for briefly, up to 11 keys. Hi there, Dig Dugger.
Yeah, that's not as worrisome as he's not in a staircase room at the moment, and we have a recorder. So again, another really nice thing that you want to find in a Shapes 9 early on is the map, if you can get it.
Magical sword is obtainable at 11 hearts.
Yay! I mean, our bosses are not 0 HP, so that will make killing some of these things in the rest of these levels a lot faster for Sea Falcon.
Watch Ganon be 0 HP.
Yeah, Ganon's been 0 HP this entire freaking tournament. It's like the most anticlimactic thing ever. It's like, oh, he's got 1 heart. Is he gonna die to Ganon? No.
Yes, as they both die at the same time.
Yeah, well, that would be even more unfortunate.
I mean, we've had double KOs in the past. Sea Falcon back into level
True.
8.
All right, so the Triforce was somewhere up, either in the top left, but I want to say that the Antlerz.
Red ring.
It's a red ring. All right, we're not dying to Ganon on 1 heart now, unless he's in a Chevy or. A
we could still die to him on 1 heart. I mean, there is the Hyrule driver that takes 4 hearts normally.
Yeah, but Antlerz has a full potion. We need to continue finding stuff. This is going to be an item, I think, for Sea Falcon.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's a transport.
Oh no, I thought you were talking Antlerz over here. Transport staircase.
No, yeah.
All right, this takes Sea Falcon to the right place because if I remember correctly, the Triforce was under the sea top blue square.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of a weird path though. All right, meanwhile, Antlerz is continuing to work through 9. We're going to be clearing all potential staircase rooms and hoping that somewhere along the way we find the princess and the pig.
Another remove open stairs, so this will be a staircase.
Big shield.
It's going to be the any key.
I mean, I was hoping for the big shield because that would be slightly more useful than any key when we have 17 keys between our 2 runners.
And we have this weird shape in level 9. So 6 pair of transport staircases, 2 items. We've already seen the red ring.
Alright, so this is some form of Pokemon alligator thing on Antler's side. We're gonna hope he can bomb to the right. Nope, the game's gonna make him go all the way back. He's just gonna up an A. It's like, this is not worth trying to kill this guy again.
Unfortunately, Sea Falcon going into the wrong direction of this level 8 at this stage.
I mean, it's a really big, slightly confusing level 8, and again, I don't think the path was that obvious. Now, if you're Antlerz, you're clearing some of these easy rooms, because I think there was a comment about it in chat. You're clearing some of these easy rooms, either looking for a map or a compass.
Zelda found!
And I mean, a dig dogger, when he splits, the little mini dig doggers, they're 0 HP. That's a staircase.
But is this the item staircase? No, it's not. It's another transport.
So you know where I hope Rick is? Not Rick is. Hi, I'm talking to Rick. You know where
I'm right here!
You know where I hope Ganon is, Rick?
That top left corner.
Oh yeah, totally magic staircase, especially since we couldn't bomb out of the staircase that took us up there.
Silvers.
Oh. All right. Well, this is kind of looking a little dire for Sea Falcon.
Yes, indeed, because Sea Falcon's still getting chased around by these Gomas. But Antlerz at this point just needs to go find Ganon. I don't know if we heard the roar, because again, we're not playing with Antlerz audio. Nope, there it is.
Oh yeah, looks like he did.
There it is. I think we found it. We think we know the path, and I think we know who's going to be facing up against Zelda in the quarterfinals. No, it's not 0 HP.
Yay! All right, but we have a red ring, and you're Antlerz, so and a potion. So please don't die and make me eat those words. As Sea Falcon gets the Triforce at level 8, and on his way to 7.
Antlerz has been taking quite a few hits over there, right next to Ganon. I thought he was going to take a driver, but he does get Ganon down.
I would hope so. I mean, he's a vanilla runner. He should know how to do the stunlocky thing.
I mean, Ganon can be absolutely rude when it comes to stun locks, but all Antlerz needs to do is just go and not die to the Wizrobe. Just go up to this room, the shutter door opens, Antlerz is going to the quarterfinals.
Woohoo! All right, guys, let's get some GGs in chat for Antlerz, finishing with an official time of 48 minutes and 27 seconds. And while we're at it, let's get some GGs in chat for Sea Falcon, who does see the finish in the race room and has thrown in the towel.
Yep, absolutely a fantastic tournament ride here for Sea Falcon, but Antlerz, just the ladder was Sea Falcon's undoing in this seed. Antlerz found 4 about, 15 to 20 minutes before Sea Falcon did, and Sea Falcon just had to go back into 6, had to go back into 7, had to go back into 8, and those things just did add up. Antlerz never had to go back to any of those 3 levels.
No, he just had to go back to level 1, and after he found the recorder in 5, it took him straight there. Because he had already found the Triforce, but we'll see if our runners are going to be joining us here in just a minute.
And bear in mind, we do have another match here tonight.
No, it's a very exciting one. It is the first match, I believe, is it the round of 8?
No, that would be the round of 16 because the forever running series between Magic Friends and myself. It is between Magic Friends and Ice Blue. Game 1 of their round of 16 series tonight with Moon Risen Phoenix and Tracy M on the call as we welcome in Antlerz.
GG.
Yo, thank you. Appreciate it.
And we also welcome in cfalcon in here as well.
Yo, Antlerz, GG's, you killed it, man. Congratulations.
Yo, GG's, dude. And yeah, like I said in the race chat, I hate to hear that it came down to that.
Well, I mean, sometimes you route the Overworld one way and you end up in that side to side and you don't make it back there quickly. You know, I didn't get a candle super early. I think I bought mine on Death Mountain, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So yeah, it just didn't work out, and obviously, at the very least, from what I've observed, 7 is definitely ladder blocked. I know that. I don't know what else. Maybe other things were just like 6 and 8 were just key blocked, but the ladder also would have helped in getting around in those places the first time.
Yeah, and that really was the moral of this pathway of this race here. Antlerz getting that ladder, single dip 6, single dip 7, single dip 8, and that's kind of where the seed went.
Yeah, honestly, like I think I got my candle because I went north from start first. Like I about went wood sword first, and honestly, I'm guessing that's what you did. And going north, I got a candle first, and that, like, when I found 4 where I did, I'm like, well, at first I found 2, and I'm like, finding this 2. If he went wood sword early, he definitely found it. So hopefully there's nothing that great in here. But then I found 4, and I was pretty sure it was vanilla items at that point. So I was definitely digging the item out of there. And I was like, yeah, if he went wood sword first, he might be in trouble. So I went wood sword first, sort of. So Okay.
I did go north at the start, but what happened is I ran into the Any Road at the Armos, and the one put me like in the middle of the forest, and I went east from there because, well, normally, you know, 50-50 wood swords vanilla. I actually saw the white sword first,
Okay.
even
Yeah.
and everything, but yeah, it just
And
there was a I'm guessing you got the candle out of the Take Any that was in the northeast, if I'm guessing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I would have definitely grabbed the candle there if I went that direction.
For a time there, Rick was actually rooting for you to find a couple of Take Any hearts or find the Take Any caves, do a quick reset, and go get the white sword first. Because then you could just take the blue candle out of the wood sword cave.
True, but the Takeanies were like the Takeanies were really
few and far in between.
Yeah, I think like one was in a bomb spot in Death Mountain, one was like in behind a burn bush. Like they were not super accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been cool though.
Yeah, one was behind a bomb spot in Death Mountain. That's really sad, actually. It's the one I died in front of then. Because I have 3 of them, and I don't have that one. I mean, I already bought my candle by that point, but yeah, just, yeah, things didn't quite work out with the route there. I had a pretty good hunch early. It was vanilla items, and unfortunately, when ladder blocks come up and 4 is the last dungeon you find, probably not going to win that race.
Yeah, we've had many races in our lifetime here, especially with you over the last, 6 years that you've been playing this now, that when those ladders show up late, you feel bad.
Holy hell, I've been playing this game that long. Sorry. No, it is true, though, actually. But But yeah, no, it just one of the things that happened. I'm not even that upset about like what happened in the seed. 0 HP enemies and vanilla items comes down to the luck of the routing, and wasn't on my side today.
I mean, unfortunately, 4 was just completely on the opposite side of the world from where you guys, you started. And if you go the route up through Death Mountain in the northeast, it's just going to take a while.
Yep, and of course, if you zig and zag and they go the other direction, that's something that can wind up happening.
Yeah, exactly.
I only got back there quick to 4 eventually because I was insistent on digging the recorder out of 5 because of mixed overworld, and then it took me to New Beaten, so it put me at 2 the first time I used it, which finally got me back on track, but at that point it was a little too late though.
Yeah, there were just too many things to have to go back to.
Yeah, at that point you're hoping that the pathway to the silvers were a little bit harder for Antlerz, and at least this time around the level 9 was a lot kinder than it was last night.
Yeah. This level 9 was light years better than the one last night. I will definitely give it that.
I mean, once we saw the map, I was totally rooting for Ganon to be on the other side of like that all the way top at the left where you couldn't bomb out of the staircase. There's those
the
2
troll
rooms.
stair.
Oh yeah, that's where I wanted him. Because I mean, that would have been awesome.
Oh, you mean that staircase? Sorry, I was still screwing around. I was literally in that room when you said that. This is a great map, though. I'm glad I found it before this ended.
Right.
Isn't it cool looking?
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Shapes. Well, but again, I want to say again, GG's to Antlerz on an incredible time in this seed, and good luck in the round of 8. I will be definitely watching, and yeah, good luck against what are you playing? Also, I think it is.
Also, yeah.
Yep, it's going to be Antlerz versus El Soy. Your thoughts on your pairing in the quarterfinals?
Well, first off, likewise to you, cfalcon, GG's. It's always really close when we race. Like, I'm pretty sure probably our overall is pretty close to 50-50, I would think. So, I mean, if nothing else, we're always going to put on a good show. So, it's always a pleasure. So,
appreciate it.
As far as Alsoa, I got him in the Swiss, so I know he's probably looking for some revenge. It's going to be fun. He got me in the Swordless tournament the last time we played in a tournament, so this will be the first time we've ever raced in brackets, I think. So it's going to be fun. Also is really good.
And at least this time around, there will be an assured sword somewhere in there. But if you want to check out that race between Antlerz and El Soa, Antlerz won that back in week 5 of the Swiss round. That's going to be a whole lot of fun here in the quarterfinal round of this tournament. Antlerz and El Soa coming up here. cfalcon, anything that you want to say before you make your departure out of this tournament?
Well, first thing I want to say is this is becoming an unfortunate trend for me, I guess, because this is the 3rd straight tournament I have gotten knocked out in the round of 16. But, one of these days, maybe it'll work out. But no, I just want to thank everybody for, the Z1R community for putting on the tournament. I appreciate it. And, well, I guess it's back to Ocarina of Time rando for me. I'll see you all in 10 months for next year's tournament, I guess.
We do appreciate you being here for that, though.
Oh, of course, my pleasure. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so Rick, what are you hoping for this race that's coming up here in almost a half an hour?
Well, I'm looking forward to what should be a really fun pairing between Magic Friends and Ice Blue. I haven't really thought of how I want race number 1 to play out, but I do hope that it does not include 0 HP, because one thing would be to see the fun of how well Ice Blue can execute against the routing that Magic Friends can piece together. That should be what I feel is going to be a lot of fun to watch in this best of 3 series between those two. And 0 HP kind of puts that like, okay, well, I guess the combat is going to be easy for both runners.
Yeah, it's almost like I like playing 0 HP, but I don't necessarily like watching it, especially if you get permanent sword beams, because you could just walk into a room and shoot things once, and it's like, all right, well, where's the challenge in that?
Although me and my 9 deaths in that game 4 against Magic Friends say differently, but that's the dangers of 0 HP. Sometimes you take the enemies for granted, and then, owie, they hurt.
Well, especially if the game is mean and puts your red ring deep in level 9.
Yeah, for certain. Anyways, Moon, Risen, Phoenix, and Tracy M will have the call that's coming up here in an hour and a half over here on Speed Gaming. And then more races coming up here tomorrow into the weekend. The round of 8 is almost completely set.
Well, that sounds good. Before we start, as we start wrapping up, I wanted to make sure we thank SiriUX for doing our tracking in the background. A big thanks to our runners for a really amazing series. It was a lot of fun to call the last 2, especially with Rick.
Yay! It's been fun getting the call these last 2 with you, CD and Prov, and I look forward to getting to work together with you again in the near future. And for everyone, thank you very much for joining us. Once again, stay tuned. More Zelda 1 Randomizer coming your way in 90 minutes.